folks, it's Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm. I want to show you what I got. Look at all that. Looks like a science experiment. So I don't have a food saver, and I have watched Heidi at Rain Country for a couple of years now, and she takes and does this with her dry goods and herbs, and I finally got me one. So I was on a live show the other night, Broussard Homestead, done a live show, and they have a food saver, but they were showing these. It vacuum seals your dry goods and herbs and things. And I don't have a food saver, but I thought of Heidi. And so they had a link in their show where you could go through their Amazon and get this thing here. And a lot of the homesteaders have that. A lot of the YouTube folks have links in their description where you can buy things. It doesn't cost you any more. It costs the same thing as if you went straight on Amazon and bought it, but it helps them a little bit. They get a little benefit off of what you buy on their Amazon link. And so I just happened to be watching Broussard Homestead when he showed these, and they showed those, and then he put the link on there to it. So I clicked on it just thinking I'd see how much they were. I expected them to be expensive, and I just, out of curiosity, went to see, and they were not near as expensive as I expected. So for the whole kit, now, these were just, it was around 18 bucks. And I have the Amazon Prime right now, so that's free shipping. And so I got these for, I don't know, it was about 18 bucks. Now, I don't have a food saver, but I happen to think of Heidi. And instead of the food saver, she does a brake bleeder. Now, what you have to do, you have to get you a brand new brake bleeder so it hadn't had anything crummy all over it. So I went on there just to check and see how much those were. And I think I paid about 20 bucks for this whole brake bleeder kit set. I don't think you can get just the brake bleeder. I didn't see any. You have to get this whole kit, which I will not need. But, but I needed this part. And so for about, it's probably about 35 to 40 maybe. I got the whole set of the brake bleeder and the vacuum sealers. So anyway, that will make your dry goods, whether it's beans, whatever you put up dry. I use a lot of herbs and mushrooms, and I just done some of my mushrooms. There's some of our dried saddle mushrooms. I just done those. I have cat mint I done, and I've got quite a few more. I've got a whole shelf full of dried herbs in my pantry, and I've been aiming to get this, but just didn't do it, thinking it would be too expensive, but it really isn't. Not for the benefit you're going to get out of it. So $35 to $40, and I got this whole set, and we'll be able to do this, what I just done. Now that is on there. That has a good seal on it. It is on there. I took my rings off and just, now I had a lot of these going on, like that is the lid I had on that, but I was using these little packs in them, which helps some, and that's great. But now that I got this, they will last a whole lot longer.
No.
And still hold their flavor and color. So these are done. Those two are done. I've done the mushrooms and the catmint, and I'm gonna do another one. The fuller they are, the better, but you can do them not so full. This is lemon balm I'm fixing to do, and all I'm gonna do, because of the kind of lid I have here,
See the darn thing.
because I can't hold and take it off at the same time. Okay, because of this kind of lid I have to take that off. and put on. Ollie's going to help me. Put on this kind. You're
Well,
do the rest
my
of it, or you're
goodness,
gonna hold
I
the
mean-
camera. You want to do the rest of it, or you're going to hold the camera?
I'll hold the camera.
Okay.
Don't nobody want to see me and all
Okay.
my gloriness in here.
Okay, all you do, you have a small mouth and a wide mouth. I've already done all my wide mouths. Do that. And you, this part with these on it came with the vacuum sealers, and then the rest of that came with the brake bleeder. And you have to run all that together. There's pieces in there to run it together. Well, I just undone it.
She just broke it.
Let me
For
put it back together.
$30 and she's breaking stuff.
Let me put it back together. Then you plug it in here in the top. Get everything in good and tight there. Then you take your brake bleeder.
Knock your jar over.
No, you don't. You take your brake bleeder. And you want to pump this thing. It's easy to pump it first till you start getting some of that sucked out of there, and then it gets a little harder. And you can tell when it starts getting a little harder, and you might have to use 2 hands. And you just get it way on up there as high as you can go. I even have had to turn it upside down a little to get the other hand going, because it's not that easy sometimes for me.
She gonna have some strong hands
Yeah, but
before
listen, I have carpal tunnel. I've talked about this before. I have carpal tunnel in both hands, so it's kind of hard for me, but I can do it. Especially if I stop a second, shake that hand off, and go at it again.
I'm going to have to fix her up something for a foot pedal.
And you just get it up there as high as you can, but you can tell when it's real good and tight, and that's as far as it's going to go anyway. That's as far as I can get that to go. So that's probably done. Then you just pop your little thing out of there. You heard the suction come out, but if you take this, and that is tight on there. You can't pull that off without breaking that seal. It's tight on there. Now I have to write back on here what that was, because lemon
She
balm.
can't remember.
Because I can't remember, and because I had it written on that lid. Now I got to transfer that over to this one. And I am going through and doing all of my dry goods and herbs this way. Some people write the date. I'm not writing the date. Just ain't gonna do it. And there you go. And with this, from what I understand with this, it will hold that flavor and color a whole lot better than not having it. And I had the little packets in there. They help, but not near as good as this. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. Move on to the next thing. I have some self-heal. Fixing to just do the same thing there with that. I would say that this is well worth the money. Now, I don't know. I hadn't had it long enough to go back and try out any of my food. I just got this, and I'm going through and doing all of my stuff. But from what I take it, what I understand of other people like Heidi from Rain Country and others that have done this, they love it and claim that it makes everything hold their flavor and color a whole lot better for several years. So there you go. Tip of the day.
Tip of the day.
Get you a brake bleeder and some vacuum sealers. If you already have a food saver, you don't have to get the brake bleeder. You can just get the vacuum seal lids. And they are about $18, depending on which ones you get. They run up and down. I think I got about the cheapest was $18. And so if you don't have a food saver, though, get you a brake bleeder, and that's off-grid also.
Woo!
Thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And watch us every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time.